The Uses and Gratifications Theory, UGT, is a communicative paradigm that seeks to explain how people utilize media to satisfy specific needs. This theory suggests that media content is a commodity readily available for consumption, and audiences select and consume this commodity to fulfill various social, psychological, and individual needs, such as gaining knowledge, relaxation, establishing social relationships, or mere entertainment. UGT is the result of insights and research accumulated by various communications theorists over the years. It offers a valuable approach to studying the underlying concepts and theories around media selection, usage, and effects. The origin of this theory traces back to the 1940s when scholars noticed certain patterns in the consumption of radio content, hinting towards the elements of UGT. The earliest research areas included the study of children's comic books and the impact of newspaper strikes. Around this time, there was a growing interest in psychological interpretations of media consumption. For instance, in 1944, Herta Herzog conducted interviews with soap opera fans and identified 3 different forms of gratifications: emotional, wishful thinking, and learning, each based on why people listened to soap operas. Not long after, in 1948, Lasswell expanded UGT by stating that media performs the roles of surveillance, correlation, entertainment, and cultural transmission at both societal and individual levels. According to Richard West and Lynn Turner, these gratifications and needs can be seen as an extension of Maslow's hierarchy of needs, which posits that people actively seek to meet their needs in a hierarchical order, from the most basic to the need for self-actualization. Wilbur Schramm further contributed to UGT by developing a formula to predict an individual's preference for a particular medium based on the expected gratification from it and the effort required to achieve it. Katz, Blumler, and Gurevich further argued that UGT emphasizes how needs generated from social and psychological sources lead to differing patterns of media exposure and varying degrees of gratification, as well as some potentially unintended consequences. In 1974, Katz, Blumler, and Gurevich proposed 5 fundamental theories to establish a comprehensive understanding of the relation between audiences and media. According to them, the audience is proactive in seeking gratification and selecting appropriate media. While individual audience experiences can be vital data in achieving media goals, they proposed the suspension of judgments regarding the cultural implications of mass communication and communication and concentrating on audience trends. Their research indicates 5 primary motives for media use, customized according to audience preference. Refman, in 1983, used these theories to investigate the relationship between audience expectations for movies and their satisfaction level. Rubin, the following year, classified TV viewers into 2 main categories: the ritualistic viewers, who were regular and keen on TV for leisure purposes, and the instrumental viewers, who were infrequent viewers primarily using the TV as an information source. Levy and Wendelal proposed 3 audience activities: seeking intellectual gratification or pre-activity, focusing on deciphering messages or duractivity, and obtaining individual or interpersonal benefits or post-activity. They characterized an active consumer of media as a voluntaristic and selective participant in the communication process. The audience defines their needs and aims. An active involvement can potentially impact gratifications and effects related to exposure. In 1987, Donohoe, Palmgreen, and Rayburn identified 4 lifestyle types of television viewers. Each type possessed differences in their watching habits, reasons, gender, income, and marital status. The categories consisted of a disengaged homemaker, outgoing activist, restrained activist, and working-class climber. The recent focus of UGT has been the connection between the purpose for media use and the gratification received. UGT researchers are advancing the theory by linking the needs, goals, benefits, and consequences of media consumption with individual factors for a more predictive and explanatory model. In the 1980s, a model of user engagement was suggested by Palmgreen and Rayburn, focusing on the concept of gratifications sought, GS, and gratifications obtained, GO. GS refers to the potential benefits that people aim to achieve from using media, while GO pertains to the actual gains they derive from its use. The researchers noted the weak correlations between individual Gs and their non-equivalent GAs, laying the groundwork for a fresh conceptualization of media usage and user satisfaction. In 1985, a study by Palmgreen et al. Bolstered this approach, introducing a model of user engagement based on expectancy, value methodology. The results revealed a strong correlation between GOs and user beliefs about the characteristics of the media at hand, but not to user evaluations of these characteristics. This contradicted prior presumptions and proposed the possibility of defining Gs and Go at the same conceptual level. Pioneering work by Katz and his team laid the theoretical groundwork for the development of the uses and gratification, U. This theory has continually been enriched and expanded, embracing new media types that have emerged in the digital information age, where media usage options are diversifying. New technologies such as mobile phones with their inherent mobility, constant access, and content input-output capabilities offer a variety of uses and gratifications. Most commonly, individuals use their mobile phones for sociability, entertainment, expressing status, instant access, practical functionality, mobility, and psychological reassurance. Research has shown different motivations behind providing and accessing mobile content. The particular use of text messaging has been studied, revealing 7 main areas of gratification: accessibility, relaxation, escape, entertainment, information acquisition, business coordination, socializing, and status. It also revealed gender differences in usage patterns, as societal norms about gender roles influence how men and women seek gratification. The internet opens up new vistas for us exploration. Its 3 key gratification categories are content fulfillment, process engagement, and social gratification. Whether it's searching for specific information, experiencing the journey of internet browsing, or creating and nurturing social connections, the internet adequately caters to a spectrum of user gratifications. Research highlights that the usage of social networking sites is principally determined by socialization and whether users' needs and desires are being met. User engagement evolves from emotional, cognitive, social, and habitual needs, yet not all users find gratification consistently. Research by 2013 encompassed personal blogs, subject-based blogs, and forums. It was also found that there's an association between self-gratification and narcissism, with age influencing this bond and the linked gratifications. Broadly, social interaction, the need to express negative emotions, acknowledgement, entertainment, and cognitive needs are the driving motivations for users. Users who share news are compelled by the social and status-seeking elements, particularly if they've previous experience with social media. They also engage in cyberbullying to satisfy their malicious intent while avoiding face-to-face interaction. The reasons to start playing online games encompass achievement, enjoyment, and social interaction, with continuous play depending on the user's success and fulfilled needs. In 2017, a study on Pokemon Go players revealed that enjoyment, physical activity, nostalgia, reputation, social influences, and immersive experience steer diverse user behavior. In contrast, perceived physical risks hindered usage, unlike perceived privacy risks. The research indicated that entertainment media offers an array of uses and emotional rewards, which often overlap. It was found that there's a correlation between desired and received gratifications from movies, resulting in movie attendance. One of the most cited emotional reward for media usage is mood regulation. The theory proposes that people gravitate towards maintaining a state of intermediate stimulation. People resort to media for mood regulation or distraction when feeling down, bored, or overly stimulated. Other emotional rewards are excitement transfer, sensation seeking, social comparison, mood adjustment, and competence. Moreover, the way entertainment media is consumed is linked to emotional involvement, facilitating other pursuits. Such media enables users to live out gender roles, foster parasocial relationships, experience vicarious existence through fictional characters, and find meaning and purpose. Reflecting upon the use and gratification theory, UCT, the social cognitive theory, uniquely discriminates between Gs and Go triggers for media consumption. Here, behavioral outputs are explained through the interaction of individuals, their environments, and behaviors. A personalized interpretation of UCT is sought as opposed to generic assumptions directed at a mass audience. In the event that Go exceeds Gs, higher audience satisfaction is anticipated. However, the projected GAs doesn't always align with people's actual Go. The cultivation theory proposes the influential role of media, particularly television, in molding a person's worldview. Unlike UCT, which seeks to ascertain what motivates the use of media, the cultivation theory dwells upon the psychological impact of media exposure. The theory is predominantly used to investigate the portrayal of violence on television and its influence over our perception of societal violence. That Media often amplifies the frequency and severity of violence, instilling an exaggerated and distorted view here. The UGD approach can be employed to understand why audiences are attracted to violent media material, and if this aligns with their existing worldview. The hypodermic needle model, also known as the hypodermic syringe model, transmission, belt model, or magic bullet theory, suggests that intended messages are directly and wholeheartedly received by the receiver. Originally rooted in the 1930s behaviorism, the model had long been regarded as outdated until the emergence of big data analytics and mass customization reignited the core idea. This led to a shift in understanding the interplay between media and its audience, facilitating the development of the use and gratifications approach. The role of media in shaping perceptions, attitudes, and behaviors is a recurrent theme in media studies, mass communication, media psychology, communication theory, and sociology. Whether delivered through written, televised, or spoken mediums, the mass media impacts a wide audience. The influence of mass media in shaping modern culture is key to cultural studies. Since its inception, critics often remark that the UGD failed to meet the benchmarks of theory and is more of an approach or a data collection strategy. Critics suggest that research relies heavily on the input of the researcher rather than the subjects, lacks methodological rigor, leading to overestimation in results, neglects possible difference in motivations and gratifications across different age groups using identical media, recall rather than data, and overstates people's freedom to choose media and interpretation. As a sociologically grounded theory, the UGD offers little to psychology given its lack of robust operational definitions and weak analytical framework. The discussion then pivots to the unique interactions between individual behavior, societal influence, and environmental factors in shaping anticipated media use. Particular emphasis is placed on the goal-oriented behavior of the active audience, an ideology that finds only limited recognition beyond the shores of the United States. J. Blumler throws some valuable insights as to why the uses and gratifications theory, UGD, falls short in assessing an active audience. He prompts reflecting on whether the interpretation of UGD has been excessively theoretical, and if it could now be structured as an empirical question, such as, what are the parameters to evaluate an active audience? He then puts forth potential types of audience activity across various media platforms: utility, intentionality, selectivity, and resistance to influence. In 1973, Blumler, along with McQuail and Brown, expanded on Lasswell's initial 4 groups to incorporate 4 additional primary factors for media usage: distraction, personal relationships, personal identity, and observation. However, Severin and Tankard contested the efficacy of the widely used data collection method in UGD studies, self-report questionnaires. They proposed that this method may not effectively reveal the real motivation for media use, doubting the ability of individuals to accurately answer questions regarding their own feelings and behavior.